Hi guys, so today I'm gonna try these out. Sometimes it's so funny. Nowadays, I'm like, everything I make when the title says review, it's not really a review, it's more just a tutorial unless I really don't know how to use the item, and then it's a review, right, because I'm trying it out. Something like this is really, I just want to make a card with some watercoloring. Maybe we'll make it into a shaker, I don't know. In my mind, I'm thinking about doing some stuff that people do all the time, but with some different items. So I'm gonna be reviewing or using the Shadow Alphabet dies. I guess what I should do is review if it's like for a company, and then if it's something I buy, maybe in the title I should just put what the project is. I don't know. I'll think about it. But I think a lot of times people want to know what we're using, so that's kind of why I include it still in the title. But this is, again, Crafters Companions Shadow Alphabet. I totally forgot I had this. I was getting stuff together. I'm going to be returning to HSN from like even 2 months ago because they're giving you 90 days to return stuff. And this is one of the things I haven't even tried yet. So I had shown it to you guys, but I have not tried it. So what I'm planning to do is something like this. Obviously, that's kind of how you're going to use them. Cut into a card, but I'm going to cut into a watercolor paper, and then I'm going to do some stamping with some art impression stamps, and maybe if I make it into a shaker I'll include some pretty Melissa Francis glass glitter because it's gorgeous. And somebody asked if this can go in a shaker. Of course it can. And you know what's nice about this is that it doesn't really get static cling because it's glass and so and it's the shards are a good size, you know, they're not super tiny, so it's not gonna like stick to your background or to the acrylic, to your acetate, hopefully. So let me think about what word I want to do. Obviously the point of this is that you can do any word, right? So it's nice because you can make up anything. A lot of people like those slimline cards now. I think my friend here, Carol Quick, are you the one? I was like, what? Why would I have these like the hunky dory papers I've been getting? They're really long. They're like, oh, people like to make cards like that. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know, because I don't know. I just do things and I stick to my, you know, what I do. So I haven't really got a lot of background in some of these different things people are doing nowadays. So this has 27 pieces because it has an and well, I guess that's it because we have 26 letters and an and, which is kind of cute. I didn't think about using the and. I'm not going to, but what's in my mind, hopefully it goes well with this because it is kind of, the stencil is kind of varsity looking, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like school looking with the little, those little etchings that also get cut out. So I don't know if this is going to work for what I'm envisioning, but I hope it does. So I'm going to make up something. Let me pick out some words. I'm thinking my mom's birthday's coming up, so also I kind of missed Mother's Day as far as sending a card, so because I'm a wonderful daughter. So I'm probably gonna do M-O-M, I don't know, and then we'll see. But let me get some paper, let me get the stamps I'm gonna be using and some markers, and you know what? Why not? Instead of my Tombos, I'm gonna try out the Local King markers. Let's just make this a mishmash of lots of different things, which is kind of what I want to do. I wanted to introduce you guys to some new companies, but also I want to use the different products together because that's the fun of it, right? So I'll probably use those and see if we can do the watercoloring still. There should be no problem with that. Just you need water-based markers. Some people use Crayolas, guys, or you know, just your little pipsqueaks or just your Crayola markers, and they work. So they're not as juicy, but we'll see. Okay, so let me grab some paper and we'll get started. Okay, so let me turn this on. I have a couple things here, but we need to start off by cutting our paper. Now I just cut this to see what might work. I don't know. This is 6.5 by 3.5. Okay. Obviously it's not gonna make a 5 by 7. It's gonna be matted kind of funny if we do a 5 by 7, but it's just the way the letters worked out, I think, because these are about 1.5 inches wide. They're not super tall. This will be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. All right, let me move this packaging and hope I know it's gonna drop. Something's gonna fall. All right, so our paper here, and I have our things, and you can just eyeball this, but you know, I was thinking I have these guys that I've never used. These layering guides from We Are Memory Keepers, and they're supposed to be for like stickers. Or no, not this one. The sticker one I think I returned. This one is supposed to help you mat things, but I also like that it has a ridge. So let me open this up. I got these at, what's that place called? Tuesday Morning a long time ago. So, but I do like that they're thick. I think if you have a ruler, I mean, you can still have a ruler. Even a wood ruler would help you. I don't know if this is going to help me or not, but let me line this up. Let me see. So this, I'm going to put it right here. And I'm usually not a perfectionist on if things look a certain way or however, but, or super lined up. But these guys are 1.75 inches tall. So if we remove 1.75 inches from 3.5, that leaves us 1.75 inches. Yeah, no, my math was right. 1.75 inches leaves us 1.75 inches. So basically that means you're gonna have, like 7/8 of an inch up here and down at the bottom. And where I put it already looks pretty good actually if I use my ruler. So what I'm gonna do is butt up this ruler here just so I can get these pretty much all the same. Now the other thing is, how about in the width? Oy. That's why I don't like stuff like this. I'm gonna move this over here and move that there. I think it needs to go over just a little bit more. And then let me see if this will look about the same over here. We have like 1/2 inch left on this side. See? No, we need to move it over more. Because if I leave 1/2 inch over here, that's leaving just under 1/2 inch on that side. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna put it here, kind of on the 1/2 inch line there. And I'm gonna use my tape. This is the kind of thing I do not like to do. And that's just because I'm trying to make it straight, but you know, if it just doesn't work out, guys, that's fine. Just eyeball it. It'll be fine. Like that one I just moved a little bit. And then the O needs to be straight up and down. Alright, now I'm gonna run through my Gemini. Y'all know I had a little accident. I ripped my magnetic sheet, so what I've been doing is using everything minus the magnetic sheet. So that means the rubber embossing mat is in here too, just because I need the width, the pressure of it. It's not embossing right now, obviously. So I'm gonna run this through. Sorry again, you know, I was just kind of designing as I go there, and trying to make sure it's at least a little bit, an effort to make it straight, right? And I think that cut all the way through. Did it cut all the way through? I can't tell. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave the O because I feel like it didn't quite cut all the way through. Ooh, look at that. Our piece of the M that needs to stay. There's also watercolor paper, so it's thick. Ooh. And, you know, you can probably use these letters for something else whenever they pop out. But I'm gonna leave the O there for right now, like I said. I'm gonna line this up again and use my little guy here. I'm kind of using my grid here to help me out. And then my other M, again, about 1/2 inch in. Like there. Alright, and I'm going to run it through again. But this time what I was thinking about is I still have a piece of this. So maybe I should use this. I have both pieces, they just ripped apart. So let's do that. Get rid of the embossing mat because now there's too much thickness. You're supposed to not use your embossing mat at the same time as your magnetic mat, but I think Sarah did that the other day when she used a stencil to get like just a plastic stencil she was using to get a better emboss, or to get it to emboss on paper. I think she used all the mats, didn't she? So I suppose you can, but not with dyes because it'll be too much. Alright, that looks good. That looks like it did what I needed, so I'm gonna remove this carefully. So the O, like I said, if you're going to use the letters again, the O, it's only these outer pieces you're going to have. Right? But you can still use it. It's like a stencil O. And then I have my other M. Let me get this off. Let me take out the little bits that are stuck, you know, in the paper. And let me get my stamps ready. I'm an immediate fan of these little things. Okay. I told myself to look for my little close to my heart stamps, and I did not. But I need to find them, my little 1-inch blocks. So I'm using the watercolor starter bundle, but you can buy these things separately on Art Impressions AI. I did hit these people up. I have not heard back from them yet. I'm sure they're busy, and we will see. Hopefully, maybe you know, they'll do a review here, but I don't know. Either way, I like their stuff, so it's not a big deal. So I have the decorative jar set here, and then we have the foliage set. I don't know if I'm gonna use. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to use this one. Okay, and then the flower set 4052. This one's 4051. I thought, oh, you know what? I think I wanted a set from somewhere else, but that's okay. So we're gonna get started with those. And what I'm gonna do is grab this vine. Did I use this before? It looks very clean. I think I did, right? In that last video, I think I used this guy. Yeah. It just looks super clean. It looks like it was never used. So I'm gonna put on the very edge just so I have a better idea of what I'm stamping, but here we go. And I'm gonna pull out some green. Actually, I don't even know what I'm doing, so let me see what color green this is. It's really deep. It's nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of ink this up, and you don't have to ink up the whole thing because like the vine is very long, and I want to just kind of go around these areas everywhere. This has glue still. So again, when they do theirs, they walk at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it might look like anything when you get to 4 and 5, but it will make a difference. Again, this is watercolor paper. This is the textured side. Sometimes I like to use the not textured side, just because, but you don't have to do that. So I have some there, maybe some more sticking out here. And I'm just kind of going around wherever. And to be honest, I should probably have, well, this is fine. Okay. So again, with that stencil kind of look, that's where I'm like, this is making it kind of tough for me to use this, but that's okay. Cute. And you can turn this however you want. Obviously, I can turn it like this way. And I'm just inking it like this, guys. Almost a little bit rough because I went out further than I wanted to, but that's okay. And then I'm going to dip in with my brush and some water. And again, maybe down here. We'll see about these other edges. I just don't know, like where that stencil, like I said, I feel like I need to leave it blank. Now you can do this and you can go ahead and just do all the inking you're going to do, or the... I'm trying to drop that whole stencil thing. Oopsie. Here we go. I brought the shallowest bowl of water. Okay, so I'm just going to dip, get some water, pinch my brush. This is just the number 3 again, some cheap little brush I had from like a kit the kids had. And I'm just going to wet, just dab, dab, dab. And not too much. You don't want to obliterate everything. You're just trying to activate a little bit of the marker. Cute. Hopefully you guys can see. I'll close up just a little bit. I don't like getting too claustrophobic. Let me move this water back over here. It'll be easier for me to dip and work. There we go. So dip it, wipe it with your hand. And I usually try to dab in the darker spots first so we can get some of that green going, activated. And that's what I'm saying. I think I need more. I think I need a little bit more going. And again, these are the rubber stamp, Local King Rubber Stamp Company inks, because I know a lot of you guys pick them up, or markers, should I say, not inks. And you probably want to see them in action a little bit more. So, oh, I put a little bit too much water there. And I'm just going to bring some of that color just kind of down and around. You see I'm pulling the color out a little bit more. Just getting around the letter. Maybe even around that stencil area. I'll probably put some down on a palette and do that because it just looks so plain. So again, dip, wipe, or pinch. So I do have still a discount code. Well, it's not mine. When I say I mean, you know, I know of one for Art Impressions if you haven't checked them out. They have the Michigan Great Lakes Mega Meet or something like that. I always forget what the MM stands for. And there's a 20% off coupon code GLMM2020. And I think it's good until the end of May. So that's always nice to have. Okay, what I want to do is put a little bit of color. And I would just put it, like if you're working on your glass mat, put it on your glass mat. Put it wherever you like. I just have this thing sitting here that I think I got at probably, what's that place called? Daiso or something. Actually, I'm just going to rub it on the outside because this thing's really big. So I'm just on the outside. I just want to put some color down like that. And I'm going to dip my brush, pinch it, pick up some color, and just get some color kind of coming in here. And now when you do this, it picks up quite a bit, so I'm going to water it down a little bit. So I'm just trying to Get some more color around here. Okay. So funny, Miranda will be like, can you make a video? Go make a video. Because she likes to go up in her brother's room and hang out with him. So she encourages me to make a video so she can kind of get in there, you know? Okay, so there's that. I'm going to leave that green sitting here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the foliage there just in case I need to use it again, but I'll leave it over here. I'm going to get, you can, whatever you want, you know, there's the little flowers and these guys. Maybe we'll do 2 different colors. I was just going to do 1 flower just to make it easy, but let's do the little flowers. I'm going to put it again on here. Well, actually, it should go this way. You can do it however, obviously they're flowers, it can go anyhow, but let me go with like this pinky color. So that's the only thing. Obviously tombos have numbers, these don't have numbers, but I'm gonna take that and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just add a little color. Super cute. None of them even look like flowers. Like the way it dabbed there. The paper's still a little bit wet too. So you can do all of it. You can do all your stamping and then come in and do the flowers, or you can just do what I'm doing and kind of not wait for it to, you know, do a layer at a time. So I did leaves, now I'm doing flowers. However you like, this is your thing. I'll say, oh, I should get some green in there. So cute. I'm telling you. Cute, cute, cute. These colors really remind me of something very English. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so that's it I'm gonna do with those. So again, I'm gonna dip my brush, come in and just kind of wet them a little bit. And it will kind of just activate that color. There's even some out here. So these just give a suggestion of like a flower. So I'm gonna go and dab, dab, dab every pink area, and I'll be right back. So again, really cute. I'm totally flying by the seat of my pants on this one, so hopefully you guys are digging it. And then in that same flower set, there's the little tiny ones. So what I'm going to do is just, I don't know, I kind of like the colors the way they are. I want to add a little purple, but they're so pretty. Well, why not? So I'm going to take the purple, it's a deeper purple. I'm just going to do a little area of this. I'm not going to do all of it, just the smallest area. Oopsie. And just add a little something here and there. Maybe that was too little of something. Yeah, so it's just little tiny dots. This is usually the one they use for like wildflowers. But I'm just adding a little purple here and there. They almost look like, what's that called? Like lilac now. Because the way it's kind of just draping over there. And I'm not putting it everywhere, but just enough. And again, I'll go in and dab, dab, dab that too. That one needs a little more. Cute. Maybe there. And again, come in, wet, dab, 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 dab. Pat, 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 pat. Okay, so I'm just going to go around wherever I just put purple and just dab it a little bit just to brighten that color up, and I'll be right back. So I like that, but now that I'm looking at it, I feel like it needs a little more green, so I'm going to bring back that palette and just get some more green on my brush and kind of get in here. Sometimes you can just rub it in, sometimes you can just do pat, 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 however you want, just to get that color in here. Kind of help bridge. I'm not completely filling it up, but just a little something. I think that's fun. And then I said maybe I should get a little color in that middle spot because it's so stark, right? So just a little something there. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this with a heat gun because I want it to dry it, and then we're going to mat it up, and like I said, we'll go ahead and make it into a shaker. Why not? It's very starker on the edges and it's pretty, but what I'm gonna do is take this lighter blue and just put it down on my surface here and just get my water brush. Again, I just put it here. Just gonna get some of that blue and just bring it around the edges a little bit just to kind of finish it off a little bit, right? I don't know. You don't have to do that. Again, if you like it nice and clean, be my guest. But I'm gonna take that all around the edges. Sorry you weren't even seeing that. Let me back up a little bit now that it's a little bit wider. I have my back door open and it's almost, which, rush hour. If it used to be rush hour, but you might hear some traffic back there. I can't not leave it open because we have such a good breeze, you know, we live not too far from the coast, so gotta get that nice breeze in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go around and just give a hint of colors. So, at the beginning I told you guys this was 6.5 by 3.5, right? And it still is, so that's great. I had a piece of acetate that was already 6 inches wide, so I was like, oh, that's interesting because, hope you can see here, I didn't have to cut anything other than 3.5, and I probably didn't even have to cut it 3.5. I probably could have cut it 2.5 inches tall. If you want to save your acetate, you don't have to make it the same height as, you know, this part. But that's what I have now, so it's 6 by 3.5. I am going to start off with a tape pen just to make it easy to add the acetate. But normally what you want to do, well, I'm still going to do, is add a little bit more there, and then just a little bit of glue here so that V kind of stays in this little pokies, because they will move if someone pokes at it, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they're just kind of hanging out there. So again, acetate, glue, and paper, and I'm just going to make sure, and the reason we're using the acetate is to trap our glitter, right? Or whatever you're going to put in your shaker. Now, you can separate each one of these things. I'm going to use my roll that I get from Crafters Companions, super cheap, and it works really well. Again, you can separate each one of those things and put a different glitter in each piece. And then what's cool about this is I can just bring it around the edge. I don't have to cut it off. Love that. And I am making it kind of wide because I'm going to add another layer, so that way I don't have to put tons of glitter, especially my precious Melissa Francis glass glitter. I don't want to waste it. But you always have to bring it right up to the end, butt it up there, okay? You do not want to leave any gaps where glitter or something's gonna come out. And what I'm saying is if you wanted to make 3 different spaces, put your tape in the middle so you can put different glitters in each spot. So what I'm gonna do here is bring another piece up a little bit higher. That way my glitter will literally, and I'm just pulling it, you don't have to do that, you can use scissors, obviously. I'm just being a little bit lazy here. So the reason I'm putting that last piece is that way I can put my little glass glitter here and I don't have to put too much because it's going to be in those other areas where it can just get lost. So what I'm going to do is pick off this carrier stuff. And then I have a, well, actually we're not even ready for this part. I should have got my glitter out, huh? I have the paper I'm going to mat this onto is, again, this guy is 3.5 by 6.5. So my matting paper that I'm going to put this on is 6 3/4 by 3 3/4. I can see that my acetate is hanging out here and I do not want that sticking out, so I'm going to cut it with my scissors. I'm going to put this to the side for right now because what we're going to do is go ahead and mat this and then put that on top. So my base card, since this is 6 3/4 by 3 3/4, my base card is 7 by 4 when I fold it. So I needed to cut a piece that was 7 by 8. Okay, and you can score it at 4 inches, but I'm just going to finger, just kind of eyeball this one. And you can distress your paper, do whatever you like. This is just another Old Country Road, or what was it called? The one from Hobby Lobby. I've been using a lot recently. I used it for the Shabby Chic album also. That I recently did for Melissa Francis review. And again, use a wet glue if you're not good at matting. And I'm not the best at matting, but we will see what happens here. So it is an odd shaped card, or the size, because I made it up, but you can do whatever you like. Obviously, if you're going to put someone's name, you know, even if it's 5 letters, it's going to be kind of awkward, right? So that's just how it is. So I have this Melissa Francis glass glitter. She has several different colors. I believe this is the one they call Ocean because it has an O on here, but it's very similar to another blue that she has, but hopefully you can see it's more blue than it is kind of obsidian colored. The other one is kind of obsidian color. And you'll see if you go to her site and check it out. And I'm just going to pour a nice amount here. Not too crazy because I want it to be there, but not, you know, it's so pretty. This stuff is so pretty. Okay. And again, if you want to put different colors, what I would do is put them across here and then probably put the colors. It's not as easy. You have to be very careful as far as where you put it so you can turn this over and lay it on top, right? But now I'm going to take my little mom here and keep looking as I'm putting it down, make sure I'm centering this thing. That's pretty good. So there we go. Hopefully you guys like the card and the, you know, the stencils or the dies. They're a little interesting. Like I said, they're very school looking, that varsity look with the little cutout right here. But I tried to feminine it up a little bit. Hopefully you guys like that. And look how pretty. See what I'm saying with the glass glitter? It's not going to stick because it doesn't make... It just works. Look how pretty. Love it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.